Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Trap. It's a movie starring Josh Hartnett, who I like as an actress, even though I haven't seen him in much outside of Wrath of Man in a while. And then M. Night Shyamalan's daughter as the singer. Good for her. From the trivia, sounds like her singing concert thing, actually, they came out with the soundtrack with it on, and I mean, she sounded decent, so good for her. Maybe I hope her career goes well, because legacies, why not? And then this is an M. Night Shyamalan film. The nice thing, though, is that in the trailers, it spoils it immediately, but that's okay, because in this, it's like maybe 5 minutes in where they like establish like, I'm the guy they're looking for, so that's fine. So the premise of this stupid shit is that there's a M. Night Shyamalan's daughter who's essentially, think of Taylor Swift. There's a Taylor Swift concert, and the FBI and police and everybody else have gotten a tip of some kind that this serial murderer who's murdered like 14 people over the past 7 years is gonna be at this concert. And so their plan is to surround the whole thing and block it off, and then somehow, so and all these stats are things that they establish in the like FBI profiler, just reiterating shit that she would have said at the briefing and would not have said over the comms that the guy steals right in the beginning, but whatever. He steals right in the beginning, so we can listen to all this, then we can listen to all this, then we can all establish and whatever. But basically, there's 20,000 people in this stadium, and 3,000 of them are men. So their plan is to separate 3,000 dudes from their wives, daughters, sisters, dates, friends, and just think that, yeah, that'll go splendidly. Nobody will be angry about this. None of those are council persons' relations that are somehow being separated because they are male and mid-30 to 40s or whatever. Like, in no world are you going to allow or think that, like, hey, and then when it comes out, when all these people are bitching and moaning about my brother, dad, son, whatever, got pulled aside merely because he was at a Taylor Swift type concert, like, you think that gets the news, and then you're like, well, no, but it was for a good cause. There was a serial murderer there, and that's why we were doing it. So, okay, so you let a serial murderer into this concert to do his thing and just hoped that you would catch him and that he wouldn't just take another victim from here. That's your plan? That's your excuse? Like, the dumbest shit imaginable. Like, it's so dumb. And then you also think that because apparently you involve every single worker in this, that like, A, you're just assuming that he's not one of the workers, and B, that somehow all of these workers aren't going to post this shit on TikTok before it happens. Like, are you kidding me? It's so stupid. The premise itself is stupid, and then just like how weird he's being about it is just stupid, because there's so many instances where like she's old enough and Ubers exist that if you, as the killer, really wanted to leave, you could have just fucked off and been like, hey, X, Y, or Z bullshit excuse because apparently you're great at coming up with them happened, I need you to take an Uber home. But no. The circumstances get more and more and more ridiculous to somehow justify him staying with his daughter and doing the next thing as opposed to just escaping. And if that was it, like, that's dumb enough, but like kind of seeing how this guy's mind works and like, how he adapts to the situation, that might have been something. But it jumps the shark so many times in this. For example, and this is towards the end of the movie, so spoiler alert for this, but he steals. So he takes out a SWAT dude. He puts on the SWAT dude's clothes. He's driving the pop star away in her like super extended limo SUV. He's like, yeah, we're gonna take the asset somewhere safe. Come on, guys. Which somehow everybody just buys that. So she's in the back by herself. He pulls off to the side, gets out, reveals that, haha, I'm not an FBI SWAT agent. I'm actually here to kidnap you. And then he handcuffs her to inside of the thing, so she has to struggle bus to lower the window, right? And while she's struggle busting with this, he ends up going downtown for some fucking reason, and because it's downtown, there's traffic, because it's I assume Saturday night, and then he's trapped, like he's stopped at this stoplight in traffic where there's a bunch of people on the sidewalk, so she manages to struggle bus and lower the the window long enough to be like, help me! And then he raises it because apparently turning off window locks is not on his list of things to do as a super smart guy, but whatever. So people surround the entire SUV being like, help her, we gotta help her out, help her. And then he so then the cops pull up and he looks over at this pile of merch clothing. And then the cops say, crowd, get away, everybody in the crowd, get away, we need to take this guy. And then they're like, we think you're armed and dangerous, get out. And then he doesn't get out, so they shoot into it. And then they break in and it's just the SWAT guy helmet and other things to make it look like he's still in there. But turns out he escaped by apparently wearing some of the merch and then leaving. This is not like Nick Fury's SUV where there's a trap door in the bottom that opens up so he can escape. He literally would have had to get out of the passenger side door while there's a crowd of people around being like, somebody in there is keeping her trapped. And he would have had to get out and for nobody to be like, hey, police, it's fucking weird. There's a guy getting out of this car. We think it might be there's a guy getting out of this car. Let's maybe hold on to him Nope, nobody says shit. It's that level of stupid that this movie is. So, it's for free right now on HBO Max. Don't bother watching it. It's not worth your time. 2 thumbs way down. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Bye.